Hey, so let's talk today about your capacity for anything, mental, emotional, and physical demand. So this is something that I had alluded to very briefly in an email to my list at the end of last week. Basically, I'd been forgetting shit, simple little shit, and I don't normally do that. The reason being that I was basically towards the roof of my capacity for doing shit. My brain was full and I had way too much demand on my energy, time, both from a mental, physical and emotional standpoint. I had loads on, so I was forgetting stupid little shit. And so this is where I like to talk about the idea or the concept of your capacity. So I talk about this in my workshops, and I want you to think about your capacity as like a jug, right? So you can only fill that jug up so much. So I had actual things to be doing, work and so on, things to be organising for my my fundraiser. So all that stuff is coming into my jug and filling it up, right? So that's why I was forgetting simple little shit. Now, a lot of us have things coming into our jug, into our capacity, that are needless worry about shit. People's opinions, thoughts, right? We've spoken about this before. I'll drop the link below. Thinking about what you think other people are thinking about you. Absolutely pointless shit being added into your jug and taking up some of your precious capacity. What that's going to do is take away resources, energy, etc. from other important things in your life. So if you're filling up your jug with all this pointless, needless shit, when it comes to simple things at work, or like me forgetting stuff last week, or other important tasks, driving when you're a little bit tired, or actual things that are perhaps around home, relationships, around work and so on, your capacity is going to be pretty full, brimming. And if you overflow that, then shit starts to happen, right? Like me last week, I start forgetting simple little things. It could be anything, and it could be very, very dangerous and detrimental. So one of the things we need to do there is make sure we're not putting as much shit in. So one of the big things there is how much weight and attention you give to stuff, events, thoughts, and words perhaps of others, right? That if we limit that, that will limit how much of our capacity is being used, and we can actually put our energy elsewhere. The other thing we want to try and do is increase the size of our capacity. So how do we do that? Well, that is about actually growing, increasing our skill set, and perhaps our tools that we have to pull on in certain situations. So we want to decrease the amount of demand so we have more capacity, more energy, more focus to put to the important things in our life, so we start to get a perspective of what should be taking our energy. And then we actually actively work on increasing our capacity. So physically, we actually work on getting physically stronger and healthier and fitter and so on, but remembering that too much of that can be also too much of a demand of our capacity, and shit will start to overflow again. So this comes back to my concept of self-intelligence and physical intelligence, and try to work out and increase A, what is my capacity and how do I increase this, and B, what is taking or filling up my capacity that perhaps doesn't need to be. So last week there was things that needed to be filling up my capacity, things like organizing my event and my auction, fundraiser and so on. But a lot of the time for a lot of us, and I think we're all guilty of this at times, we are letting shit take our precious capacity that should not be. And again, I'll link that video that I spoke about a couple of weeks ago below about learning to give a fuck. But I want you to share with me now, what is it that you start doing when your capacity's getting too full? Like me, forgetting some simple shit last week. Is there little telltale signs that should be or is a warning sign to you to pull your head in and figure out what to take out of that capacity, caring about what this person thinks, or needless stuff, tasks that can wait and so on. So work on increasing the size of your capacity and what goes in there. Comment below and talk to me about what it is that does that to you and the recognition perhaps that you've got around it. Let's have a conversation around learning to notice, to know, and to replenish and build a bigger capacity for what you can handle in your day-to-day life.